Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the Apollo Intensa Emozione in Forza Horizon 4. My tune is by Naylag28, and I think we're just going to hop right into our first race. So this car is one of the most overpowered cars in Asphalt 8. It is the third best car in the game now, I believe, behind the Centenario and the X2, so I wanted to see how does it perform in Forza. Now, this is a fairly recent car added to the game. It only came out a couple seasons ago, I believe it is, in the last spring season, whenever that was. And its stock color is actually purple. Not this purple, I did change it, but it was like a weird darkish color purple. Sort of like the color in Asphalt 8. So, in this race, we are joined by Get Wrecked Son in his Apollo, we are joined by Tyler in his Zonda C, and Rocket Bunny in his Aventador. If you would like to join one of my private adventures and be in a video, there is a way you can do that. Join the Purple Team Discord, link will be in the description, go to the Special Roles channel, click on the Forza Horizon 4 emote, and you will get that role, which I will tag whenever I do one of these lobbies for a video. So yeah, that's the easiest way you can get in a video of mine if you have this game, and if you don't have it, I would definitely recommend checking it out. So the Apollo Intensa Emozione. It's a very interesting car, and definitely one of my favorites in this game to drive. It has the same ease of driving that the Apollo did in Asphalt 8. It has decent acceleration, not the best, but not the worst either. Its top speed is sort of low for S2 class, however, that is definitely made up for by its extremely good handling. One of the best handlings in the entire game, if not the very best. It can get around so many corners without braking, or hardly braking at all, that many other cars do have to brake for. Now, all of the races in this video are quite close, so prepare to be entertained. Now, I am back from my Dallas trip. As you guys probably know, or at least most of you if you're following the channel, I went to Dallas for DreamHack, where I was co-hosting the Asphalt 9 ESL Open Mobile Finals. I will put a link in the description to the Twitch stream of it, so an archive, because YouTube went down during it. I don't even know if it's up on YouTube, so I'll just give you that. The Asphalt 9 portion starts around an hour and 25 minutes into it. So here we come in first, even though it says we came in second. Is that weird glitch again? You guys could see that I crossed the finish line first. Really weird. So, Waterhead Sprint. This track is actually quite fun and a very good track for the Apollo, because it has a lot of wide sweeping curves that the Apollo can take perfectly fine without braking on. However, a lot of cars still have to, and this track doesn't really have any of those tight corners that this car has to brake on anyway. So this car definitely has a pretty big advantage on this track, I will say. Now, also in the race, this time we have a Rimac C2. Now, this car was added to the game in the very most recent update, which came out, I don't know, like a few days ago. I wasn't here at the time that it went out, so I do not know for sure. And based on what I've seen, that car has very good acceleration and I think good top speed. However, on twisty tracks, it is a little bit of a boat. Definitely not as nimble as the Apollo, but I'll have to see how it is when I get it, because I definitely do want to try it out. Now, we have Get Wrecked Son right on our tail. He is also in an Apollo, with, I think, the exact same tune. So, as can be expected, this race was very close between us, and that Rimac, well, we'll see a bit better how it can do on some later circuits, because it wasn't really made for ones like this. It was really made for the more top speed oriented tracks. So probably whenever I do test that car, those are mostly the ones that I'm going to pick. However, of course, I would choose some twistier ones to show you guys, well, just really how not so good it does on those, apparently. And we do manage to come in first in this race. Now, the next race is on Morehead Heritage Circuit. Now, the Apollo is very good for circuit races, generally speaking, because most of them do have a lot of twisties and not a whole lot of super straight sections. Because the Apollo really does not do so well on those super straight sections, so if you get a track with those, that is when faster cars are definitely going to be passing you if they don't have as good of handling even. I know I said previously that Morehead Wind Farm Circuit is one of my favorite circuits in the game, or possibly even my very favorite, and I do still think it is. However, this one is pretty close. It has got a lot of good sections in it too that I quite like. And the Apollo is good on it. I think what I'm going to try to do from now on in these videos is if I get a circuit race where not much happens on one or two of the laps, I'll probably just cut those laps out, because you don't really want to see me going around the same track 3 times. I did that in Asphalt 8 and I guess in Asphalt 9 as well, And so, yeah, I'm going to continue to do that in Forza Horizon 4. It just allows me to get more races into the video, you know? So I'm going to do that here. We do manage to finish this race in first place. Not much happened on the last 2 laps. And apparently the Rimac may not be so great on these circuit tracks. Now I'm going to tell you a bit about the next expansion that's coming to Forza Horizon 4. There had been some leaks and rumors and stuff about there being a Japan track or something that was added, but those rumors were disproven, the leaks were disproven, and recently we got some information that the next expansion to Forza Horizon 4, which is the second expansion, the first one was Fortune Island, the second one is going to be Lego, somehow. I don't quite know how, but apparently there's going to be a lot of Lego cars added or something. Don't quite know exactly what, but it should be interesting. Perhaps I will then purchase the expansion packs, because honestly I'm very excited to see this. Now we are racing on Elmstone on Sea Sprint, whatever that means. Now, this does seem a little bit familiar, and that is because some of the parts in it, especially the part that we're coming up to right here, are also in that circuit one that I just did, the Astmore one. So yeah, a lot of the variants do have some similar portions in them. For example, the Coastwood Sprint, whatever that is called, like the entire portion of it pretty much can be found in the first half of Colossus. When I choose the specific tracks for my videos, I usually try to choose road racing ones from all around the map, and try not to get ones that have the same routes in them, if you know what I mean, but that did not work out completely right this time. So I'm sure you guys can probably tell by the video just how easy it is to drive this car. Like, there's not a whole lot of bumping into stuff, it's easy to take the corners, it doesn't look like a boat, and it definitely doesn't act like one. So here, Gerexon and I have a bit of a close battle around here. This race was very close. There were some other cars that were added in the recent update to Forza, however, I do not remember what they were because they didn't seem especially interesting, so yeah. However, they did have something else called a star card or something like that, where basically you complete certain challenges around the map in different areas, say exploring or online adventure or something like that, and if you complete all of the challenges within those, then you get a special badge or something next to your name, sort of like how VIP has the crown. Hopefully this will revive some interest in Forza, because apparently it's been dying a little bit, not nearly as much as Asphalt 8 or something like that, but a bit. I think people are just getting bored a bit with the game. Hopefully this will revive some interest and people will continue to play more. So here we come in first, again, with a very close race. What did I tell you about all the races in this video? And for the final race, we've got Edinburg City Sprint, which is always a good track to test how the car does on tight corners, because this track probably has more 90-degree turns than any other circuit track in the game, at least of the ones that I have found, because it's in a city and there's a lot of 90-degree turns in the city, and this car manages to take them quite well. Obviously you have to still brake, but the car definitely seems to get around these corners easier and faster without hitting the outside than a lot of other cars that I've tested. And now it's time for my general review about the car. It's definitely one of the easiest cars in the game to drive, especially in S2, where a lot of times the speed can just blow you away and you have a lot of problems because of that if you're not especially great at the game. However, this car just makes it a pleasure to drive, and really, I don't have anything bad to say about this car other than the fact that, well, on tracks that are very top speed oriented, which there aren't too many of, you might have to worry about people passing you then. For example, the Greendale Super Sprint, or whatever it's called, that has the highway on it, then that might not be a good track for this car. But I would say that most of the tracks in this game definitely are pretty good, especially ones that have a lot of corners and curves, such as this one. And as I promised in my last few Asphalt 9 videos, where I just did commentary for the first half of the race, since I am back from Dallas and now not nearly as busy as I was before, I will again be doing full commentary on my videos. I have quite a few things planned, including a sort of updated Asphalt 9 tutorial video. Now, my first one, which came out honestly not long after the game came out, was titled How to Go Fast in Asphalt 9. A lot of people have told me that that video helped them a lot in their Asphalt 9 journey, and the tips in it are still very relevant. However, I mean, since it's been almost a year since then, that's sort of hard to believe, but it's true, I and the rest of the community have learned a whole lot more about the game. For example, the brake nitro trick to keep nitro, which is definitely something that is needed to go fast. So what I might do is make one video sort of like that, which is basically just how to go fastest around the tracks. Perhaps I will make sort of a tutorial series, because I think that would be pretty cool. Like, have a tutorial for that, have a tutorial for maybe more specific things things, and I think that would be quite helpful. So we are coming now to near the end of the race here, and I somehow managed to avoid all the staircases jutting out at the end and come in first. So thank you all for watching, please like the video if you've enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 9 and Forza Horizon 4 content, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!